Do you ever feel stuck experiencing the same reality again and again, the same type of relationships, money problems, career problems? In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to quantum shift into a new reality. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to give you 3 very powerful step-by-step process that you can implement to make sure that you can quantum shift into a new reality. Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I'm Charlie from Conscious Creation and I'm going to be sharing with you how to quantum shift. So I'm going to start off talking about the double slit experiment, which is a very famous scientific experiment. And in that scientific experiment, it shows us that everything exists as a wave form until it is observed. So it's not until it is observed that the wave then converts into a particle, something physical. This basically goes to show how important our attention is in creating our reality. And I'm going to be sharing with you how you can use your attention to quantum shift into a reality you would prefer to experience. So when it comes to choosing a reality that you want, you can choose any reality that you desire, but you must first have the intention. You must intend to experience a reality that you want. Whether it's a new relationship, more money, a new career, to be more healthier, whatever it might be. And we are going to use our attention with our intention to shift into the reality that we want. The reason why we find it difficult to shift our realities is because it's all to do with energy. If we have stuck energy in our body and we don't know how to deal with that stuck energy, this is what keeps us repeating the same process, the same problems again and again. Do you ever wonder why you might be attracting the same type of relationships, or you find it difficult to get past a certain threshold in money, or to make a lifestyle change? It's all because of this energy that we are unable to shift within ourselves. There are 3 types of attention that we need to be aware of when shifting into a new reality. There is positive attention, negative attention, and neutral attention. Now, when we have positive attention towards something, we will get pulled down a correlating timeline where we continue to experience positive things. If we have negative attention towards something, we will continue to experience a negative timeline. We will get pulled down a timeline where we experience more of the same thing. When we have neutral attention, in other words, we just view it as it is and we have no perspective of good or bad, the energy just passes through us and nothing changes. It's like you only attract more of what you hate or fear, or you only attract more of what you love. If you really hate attracting that type of relationship, that toxic person into your reality, or you hate not having enough money, you seem to always be experiencing that same problem, because that's the stuck energy that we need to sort out to quantum shift. If you love making money, if you love doing something, you'll experience more of that. So you can see the importance of positive and negative attention. Now, when we have set our intention upon something we want to experience, we will always come across a crossroad, so a decision. So this decision will decide on what timeline we get brought down. So we will get presented with an opportunity to be in that toxic relationship. That's a decision. We will get presented with an opportunity to make more money. We will get presented with a new opportunity to have a career change. Now, how we react to that crossroad will determine the next thing that unfolds in our reality. So when anything unfolds, whenever we feel a strong emotion within ourselves towards something that we want to attract in our reality, that is a quantum crossroad where we have an opportunity to shift either into a more positive timeline or a more negative timeline. Now, when you come across something, let's say for example you get a massive bill that you can't pay. Now, this is a crossroad, and depending on how we react to that situation will determine on which timeline we get pulled down. Now, when we come across this crossroad, This is a step-by-step process that we can use to make sure that we get pulled down more of those positive timelines and create more of the reality that we want, and quantum shifting into an experience that we actually like. Now, when we come across something where there is a negative resistance or we perceive it as bad, this is what you're going to do. The first step is to accept it completely. We must accept what is. Now, we can do this by moving more into our body, feeling the emotion, feeling that uncomfortable resistance. Most people, when they feel that uncomfortable feeling, is they want to run away, they want to go away from the problem, and they sometimes think, well, if I accept it, I must manifest it. If I accept it, it means it's going to come true for me. It's actually quite the opposite. When you truly accept something, is you start to neutralize the energy, which means you don't actually attract it. If you really fear something, if you really fear someone leaving you, not having enough money, you're actually much more likely going to manifest that. So this is why it's really important to accept what you are going through, to accept that crossroad, to accept those feelings inside your body. So whenever you come across that crossroad, the first thing is to accept it and feel it completely. The next step is to look at the blessing. Why or how could this possibly help me? Try and see the blessing in disguise. Now, once you've been triggered by something and you've got those uncomfortable emotions in your body and you are viewing it as a negative, you can't try and look at the positive or the blessing straight away. You need to give yourself time to process it. This process of accepting it is we need to maneuver, we need to move that stuck energy in your body. And we do that by giving it time. To accept it, we must give it time. So it might take a couple of hours, maybe a couple of days, even a week. And we allow that energy to settle until we start to feel okay and we have truly accepted it. Then we start to look at the blessing. How could this possibly help me? How is this helping me in my life in some sort of way? Maybe you have experienced a failure, but it's not truly a failure. It is a stepping stone that's going to help you to eventually succeed. In my life, I was so afraid of failing all the time. And every time I failed in business or in other areas of my life, I thought, oh, this is a failure, this is not good. When in reality, it was just a stepping stone. It was just something that I needed to learn to then become successful in what I want to do. So we must look at the blessing in disguise. The third step is to redirect your attention. So once you have fully accepted something and you have seen the blessing in disguise, you are then going to shift your focus, shift your attention on what you would prefer to experience. Therefore, you are now seeing the positive. You are having a positive attention towards what you want, and you will get pulled down a correlative timeline and you will experience more of what you want. And you have now had a quantum shift. Now, this process of accepting it completely is neutral attention. So it's not viewing it as good or bad. It is simply allowing it to be there. This is the power of neutral attention, just simply observing what is going on in our body. This allows us to shift the stuck energy, then focus on the blessing in disguise. Then once the energy has been shifted, we can then redirect our focus onto what we prefer. And this is how we quantum shift. This is how you shift into a reality that you want. Let's say, for example, you were in a toxic relationship and you broke up and it hurt a lot. Now, you might think this sucks, or this is really negative, or this is the last thing that you want in the world. Now, once you have given yourself enough time to process that, you might start seeing the blessing in disguise. Maybe there were certain hidden lessons that you needed to learn. Then you can start to redirect your focus, your attention on what you would prefer. You now know what you don't want, so you can shift your focus on what you would prefer to experience. And you will get pulled down a timeline where the next relationship you attract will be much better. So I hope this information has helped you. Thank you for watching. I will put a free manifestation ebook below if you want to check that out. Apart from that, thank you for watching. Peace and take care.